Because you've been here through the entire Alan Wake thing, and what's your reaction to the game?
What? That's my reaction. It's... Huh.
That was my reaction the first time.
Huh.
And the second time.
Like, I'm just thinking, that's really interesting. I think it's symbolic. But what's symbolism?
We'll have to Google it. I can Google it. I might be able to get it done before the end of this even comes up. Google.
You Google it, and I'll check TV tropes when we're done with this.
Simplified edition.
So that means it's not simple? Oh god! Oh god! That's not a good sign, Scarlet!
Oh god. Fairly simple. Yeah,
that didn't explain it at all.
That didn't explain anything.
Well,
a Wake ending explained. It better be an explanation, because I want to tell you guys what it is. Remedy said that the ending wouldn't quite tie everything up and they weren't exaggerating. No-der.
That's the most open-ended ending, I think, since, like, Series of Unfortunate Events. And seriously, that was essentially, like, it was called The End, but it might as well have not been called The End. It was very open-ended. As far as you know, in the end of that series, the entire planet, like, everyone except the Baudelaires all died, as far as you know.
Well, Alan could have, oh, look, I can control the credits.
Hurry, send him upwards as we figure this out! Okay.
Alice survives and Alan sacrificed himself to, you know, save Alice.
It seems like most of this is just all up to your own personal interpretation.
Yeah. And
oh god,
there's also a theory that Alan Wake is Thomas Zane's son, which would also
didn't
make sense.
I point that out?
Yeah.
Didn't I say?
Yeah.
Oh god, does this mean that Thomas Zane is Alan's dad?
Could be, and maybe that's why Mr. Scratch looks so much like Alan, because that one's or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, timey-wimey ball. Yeah, you were making the intro theme every time you show all that. Make it the Doctor Who theme. Just because why not? He wanted to write a thriller, and he wrote a science fiction.
Apparently the DLC might wrap up the story. I don't know.
The what? The additional the additional game?
I have the DLC. And there's going to be a sequel, I think. Which
hopefully will explain it.
Yeah. Oh, maybe the DLC will be a little more fair.
I think most of this is just like personal interpretation. They always have something like that, like a story or something. Like there was the one we read freshman year in high school, The Lady or the Tiger, and it just stops like right before he opens the door, and it's up to your interpretation. Well, which one does he get?
Exactly. Yeah, I remember that one. It's just kind of like, okay.
And I mean, a lot of people probably don't like it because there's no ending, but it's supposed to be open-ended and it's supposed to make you think. Oh yeah, this makes me think. I've just been confused. But I'm sticking with my Mr. Scratch thing. I think that was Mr. Scratch who sacrificed himself, and I think Alan Wake is pulling I'm gonna call it Sherlock Gambit.
Yeah. But there
Fake kill yourself!
Hey, there is a DLC. It might explain a little bit more. And also, I think that maybe Mr. Scratch was seen behind, poor Rose, who... She became the new Lady of the Lamp.
You go with my idea that Mr. Scratch essentially was like, replace.
Yeah, Thomas Zane might have been like, okay, I'll help you create this guy, because I don't want you to get stuck here like I did.
Yeah.
Maybe he even had part of Alan's soul. You never know. That would be...
Well, if Alan's creating the story, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Not really. The darkness does set some limits.
They don't set much limits.
Not much, but there's some.
I mean, if you're good enough, you can write your way out of anything.
Mm.
I mean, seriously.
Then again, Alan wasn't exactly...
Doyle wrote himself out of Sherlock Holmes's death. He jumps off a cliff. Turns out he's fine.
Uh-huh. And he wrote it?
Well, when Doyle wrote it, he wrote the final problem, and he was like, okay, I'm done writing Sherlock Holmes. And there was such, a backlash of him saying that he kept writing. And somehow he had to explain himself out of Sherlock Holmes jumps off a cliff. Good luck.
Yeah.
At least with Rickenberg Fall, the episode where Sherlock jumps in the show Sherlock, they give more than enough evidence, I think. They might, according to the internet they do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make much sense of it, honestly. I can make enough sense to say, well, I think he did this, but I can't really back up my reasoning. You go on YouTube and you type in how Sherlock survived the fall, and you get, crap tons of results.
Yeah.
And there's theories swirling everywhere. Some say that he, honest to God, did jump and he hit the pavement, and he survived a 4-story fall, and if you hit it right, then it might be possible, and when John checks his pulse, he was pressing something up against his arm to make the pulse seem like he was dead.
Yeah.
Or,
heck, it's Sherlock. It's,
or he used a body double.
Yeah.
Because in Bohemia, the character Irene Adler, oh my god, I'm spoiling so much right now, but she fakes her own death, and Sherlock sees her body at the morgue, and he, honest to God, thinks she's dead. Of all things. So, it might have been a body double. He had help, because Molly pretty much says that she's willing... Molly's the only one that knows. And she's willing to help. What else is there? There's a laundry truck that passes, apparently, right before.
Cheesy cow, how long are these?
There's a laundry truck that passes right before Sherlock jumps. There's a lot of people thinking that Sherlock jumps into the laundry truck.
It would make sense.
But they still had to get a body double from somewhere.
Alan Wake,
fell.
likeness, motion capture, and live action. Ika Villi.
Down!
Likeness, Jonah Jarve.
Who cares?
Go. No. Night
Just
Springs
go.
actors. Oh, that was actually TV. So they actually recorded people, because apparently they had problems with stiffness of joints, which would make sense. Oh, good God, what is this mess? Contribution. Good God. Marketing.
Additional gameplay testing.
All of these people. Plus countless others over the years. Wow. Soundtrack. Except used by permission except
Coconut!
It was in there. Remember?
Yeah.
I'm just war. Havoc physics. I saw that. And The Sudden Stop, written by Alan Wake. Departure, written by Alan Wake. Through the Night will continue.
The end.
That was abrupt. Credits. Alright. So there's a couple different theories. We won't know until the sequel comes out. I hope there's a sequel. I actually really like this game.
Yeah, despite what what people are saying and all that, you know what? Who cares? Actually, that was a good storyline as far as storylines go, in my opinion.
Especially nowadays. I mean, I liked this game. It was different. The storyline was actually a storyline.
It's confusing as hell.
But
I will give you that. But if you have read Series of Unfortunate Events, or if you have if you've watched Donnie Darko, they're mind screws.
Yeah.
Series of Unfortunate Events more in hindsight than anything else, because you kind of get paranoia feel when you reread it.
Yeah.
But Donnie Darko, try sitting through Donnie Darko and making a lick of sense of what's happening 90% through that movie. You don't.
No.
You really don't.
With this, it was imaginative. It had a different concept. It wasn't just straightforward, action, get behind a wall and hope you don't die. It doesn't try way too hard. I mean, even the bad guys could have been saying scary stuff, but they were like, no, let's just put in things that, people around this part would say. And they did.
Yeah, it kind of has more the viewers are geniuses and the viewers are morons kind of view.
Yeah.
And we're saying this mostly because when we were trying to, when we were looking at the theories and all that, there were a bunch of comments like, oh, this game was dumb.
Yeah, and it's just like... and they probably like the storyline of, I don't know. What's a terrible game storyline?
Call of Duty multiplayer.
I was thinking Call of Duty, but...
Call of Duty multiplayer. There is no story. No. You shoot shit.
See, I like the story, just like I like this... It actually has a story. I like Silent Hill story and Resident Evil story. It has a story.
Yeah, it's like me with video games. Like, I can't play most video games I play have to have a storyline of some sort. It's why I like Pokemon Black and White. Like, that one's my favorite because it has the most storyline. Most people think it's dumb because I don't like Red and Blue. I'm like, whatever. This game's glitched up like hell.
But yeah, this game, I hope to see more of it, and I will with the DLC.
And I'll probably be there.
Yeah, I want to record it with her here, because it might make more sense to you.
Yeah, I kind of made sense out of it. I mean, I think I did.
Yeah, I think it's more person-to-person basis.
I think until they make a sequel, it's more subjective.
Yeah, exactly. Until they make a sequel, which will probably be a while. Fanfiction free.
There's two routes that a sequel would go. It's either going to make perfect sense and you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense, or it's gonna go, well, that was dumb. Yeah. Do Ex Machina much? Machina, whatever they say. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Machina, I think.
Machina. I wasn't sure. I know it's French. That's all I know. It could go any way if it's French.
I thought it was Latin.
I thought maybe it is Latin. I thought it was French.
But okay. So this has been Alan Wake with...
Oh, you're going first? Okay. I mean, I'm going first! With Mick Kim. I didn't realize I was going first.
And Kiara Zianochita, or Scarlet, and I hope that you like this Let's Play. You probably won't see it for a while. It is currently July 1st.
6:25.
Mm-hmm. So, you might not see this for a month or two.
Hope you all watch Sherlock out there. It is a great show. It actually makes sense until the last scene in the last episode. And then you'll be like, huh.
And it'll probably make sense to you because we nerded so much about it.
Yeah, because I just spoiled, the entire second season for you. Sorry, guys. Hope you weren't planning... you were planning to watch... Okay, if you're planning to watch it, even though I spoiled it, it's still good.
Yeah. See you on the DLC?
On the DLC.
See, I have both of them. I have the Signal and the Writer. Finds Wake in strange circumstances, and there's one where he's, caught up in stuff. So,
let's see.
Yeah, hopefully the DLCs will make a little more sense. Do you want to record them now, or do you have to go soon?
I told my parents 7 to 8. It's only 6:25.
Okay. So, short set?
Yeah.
Okay. So next time, which one do you want to do?
Are they linear? Like, do they go, like, this one's the first, this is the second?
I don't think so, because you can get, they don't say this is the first one and this is the
I'd
second
say
one.
the writer. The Signal looks, like, I've just read the description of the Signal, and it sounds a little too rehash.
Yeah, I'd rather do the writer, because it looks more, you know, like it's tying up things.
Loose ends.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to. Alright, see you in the next thing!
Bye! Watch Sherlock, read Series of Unfortunate Events.
Don't blame us if your childhood's ruined.